See if I can bust our butt crossing this. Alright, I'm in the Pasayten. Noah is not. Let's see if he can make it into the Pasayten without ripping his pants, which I've already done. Nice flat spot here last night. Noah wasn't rolling into me like he said he was going to. Nice and warm and cozy. Place to sit on the rocks while eating our breakfast. About 6 o'clock. Just about ready to go. Get the tent. The last bit of breakfast in my tummy. And then we go up, up, up. And Noah says,
no.
Yeah, getting out of camp about 6:30. We are headed up to Devil's Ridge. Got at least 12 miles today, although we'll see how we feel. At 12 miles, we might go an extra 3. And I forgot to go over pack weights. So Noah, how much did your pack weigh?
22 pounds.
22 pounds. That's with food and like 1 liter of water. Mine weighed about 23 pounds with food and water. But our base weights were both around 9 pounds. So that puts Noah over the 20% mark. I think 21 and change, and mine's about 18 to start with. We've lightened up Noah's pack a little bit. Had one breakfast and then last night we had chicken pasta Alfredo. So yeah, this is the dreaded 1,800 feet to 7,000 in a matter of, 7 miles? Is that right?
Yep.
So it's going to be a long slog. We're going to try to do the mountaineering 1,000 feet per hour here this morning. There's some water along the way. Looks like on about 4,000 feet. And then there's more up at the top. So, yeah, here's hoping our legs are good to go. Up, up, up. There we go. We've been waiting for this for years. Up to the Pasayten. Look who's following us. As she's going down the trail. She's the local animal. So we're up at 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
And it's just after 7:30, so we definitely did better than 1,000 feet per hour. Mountaineering special. And I just eaten a huckleberry, and we're continuing to hike on, and huckleberry fields there along the trail. And we saw our first bear of this trip. Black bear, but it was brown in color, really, really brown. And so we just kind of waited to see what she did. She kind of ambled off into the brush. So we started going forward a little bit. But then she came back on the trail. And then I could hear scurrying up a tree. So there's definitely a young one up in the tree. We didn't see the young one. I didn't bother to look. But just gave her some room. She was on the trail, so we couldn't go past. But we just waited for her to do something. And she finally went off into the ravine off to the side. That gave us time to get past. So that would be definitely 9 bears that we've seen hiking the PNT in less than about 450 miles. No, we're out. I gotta get going on that to figure out how many miles we've done, because we got 500 miles coming up here.
You told me you didn't see the cub though.
I didn't see the cub. No.
So you just said 9 bears that we've seen.
Oh, come on. Yeah, experienced. So we're making good time. Got the electrolytes nice and cool this morning. We're not having to drink as much water. And body's feeling good so far. Keep stretching on the way up. Had our 7:30 break. Roughly 3,000 feet. Now we climb again. Expecting a little stream around 4,000, but given the cool weather, probably not going to need to refill up there. There'll be more water up higher, a couple of places. So, not expecting to see more bears, but if we get into another huckleberry field, there is a potential. Every good hunter knows that the animals are where their food or water is. Good place to find them. So, yeah, there's some Oregon grape here. There's definitely huckleberry bushes. Don't see any huckleberries on them. All right. Need my trekking poles. All right. Start of the Pasayten Wilderness. And for some reason they decided to be funny to put the first blow now. See if I can bust their butt crossing this. All right, I'm in the Pasayten. Noah is not. Let's see if he can make it into the Pasayten without ripping his pants, which I've already done.
Hopefully you didn't make it worse.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Noah broke his button on his pants on the first day, day one, so he's sporting a little piece of paracord.
You cut that to the perfect size.
Perfect size paracord non-button.
It's got about half an inch on each end.
And I've got to sew my crotch back up because, yeah, that hole that I sewed up on the last trip, the thread that I'm using is not the right thread. It's a very weak thread. That's all I have, so we'll work on that some night when I have time. Oh yeah, look at this, Noah.
Oh, great.
Already getting the little bit of extra brush and expecting blowdowns any minute. Across the way, see the snow up on the north side of that mountain. That's on the other side of Frost Lake. Up here at around 4,000 feet is our first water source coming up, which was what we expected. It was on the map. Oh, nice and cool in this little creek valley. Smells nice. Oh, feels like about 58 degrees. I don't know. That's it. Might have to put my puffy on here. I don't need to grab much water. It's just a little break time. 8:30. A little brushy in here, but actually it's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse once we got into this area, because I know it's going to be less maintained. Not too bad at all. As far as blowdown, it's a little bit brushy, but not too bad. Ooh. Yeah, I got the half moon out. Saw that this morning. It was pretty bright. Pretty good little vista here for our break. Alright, so it's actually 4,100 feet here at this little creek. Flowing good, even with the drought that we've had. Still going good. End of July. 4,100 feet. So we're going up to 7,000, and that's in about 4 miles. So still making fairly good progress up the mountain. All right, we've determined that that is Jack Mountain. Peak of that is 9,000 feet. And you see a glacier there on that. And then looking back through this valley, you just barely see the Ross Lake now over there. So Jack Mountain, we'll see that for a while here because we're hiking up this valley. Up here above the tree line, you can see all the North Cascades here. Lots of peaks, glaciers. Pretty cool. See our trail continue on over that way, so let's go up to that pass up there. Pretty dry, but we got some alpine flowers. Pretty stuff. Passed a couple of Pacific Crest Trail hikers. They're heading down to the Ross Lake, bailing out because the PCT is closed from Hart's Pass to Rainy Pass. And yeah, I told them they're not going to be able to go towards Mazama because the road's closed there. So they don't have permits because you can't get walk-up permits coming from the PCT. Coming from the PNT, you get those. You can do a phone-in permit from Oroville. Try to get a reservation in one of the campsites. Otherwise, you're going camping right before the recreation area there in the national park, and then just booking it down, and you know, from 4,500 feet down to the trailhead, get a ride, you know, out. So beautiful day. Weather has to be probably about 65 to 68 degrees right now. Sunny, little breeze, feels great. Looks like they should be in Whoville. It's the Whoville plants. We are on the top of Devil's Dome, or nearly. I wanted to get this picture because it is crazy beautiful up here. All these mountains in the North Cascades. Very steep. Jagged mountains. Noah wants to stay out of the picture.
Get out of the way.
So that's actual Devil's Dome right at the top. Probably go up there just to say that we've done it. We're all the way up here.
I think it goes up there.
Okay. Top of Devil's Dome, almost 7,000 feet. That peak is 9,000. We're there with the glaciers. Off into the North Cascades. All the snow in there. And headed off that direction somewhere. But first of all, we gotta go down that direction. Made it to Devil's Pass. Devil's Pass is 6,000 feet elevation. Devil's Ridge Trail that we've been on, and that was off to Chiquita Ridge. So they say the trail might get more. The people that we passed say the trail might get more bushy as we go down there. Still a pretty nice day. Hasn't heated up too much. We've been going mostly across the mountains. Got a little bit up, I think, because I think that we're not going to stay at the campsite that we planned on. That's it'll probably be about 3 o'clock when we get there. So we might have a mashed potato snack and then continue on. It's going to get brushy, so I'd rather get some of that brush done today rather than later. This is the campsite at 6.71p waypoint on the PNTA maps. Nice site for several tents. So now we're going to go check out the water. A little bit of stream flow here. There's enough flowing to get some water. We'll fill up a little here before going on. Doing almost 1,000-foot gain. Close to the end of the day. Hiking. Yeah. That's tough.
It was 800.
My legs are burning. Hey, did you hear that? Did you hear that frog? Maybe it was barking spiders. I don't know. There's quite a few of them around here. Anyways, we are at Sky Pilot Pass.
Pretty cool name.
So, Chancellor 7 that way. Don't know what that is. But yeah, we just came from Devil's Pass. Roughly 5 miles. Holman Pass, which is where the PCT starts for us. 3 miles. We have about a mile to camp. Maybe a little more. We'll see. Catching a break. Catching some licorice. And yeah, get to camp. Set up, get our dinner going. Get out of the bugs. They're not too bad here, but they're going to be bad, I'm sure, close to camp. We did over 17 miles today from Devil's Creek, and we have a couple miles, maybe a mile and a half, to get down to Holman Pass tomorrow. And we'll be on the PCT and PNT together pretty much all day tomorrow. Farther than we thought we'd go today. 6,600 feet of elevation gain total. Mostly because our legs were feeling pretty good. Not hurting too bad. Gonna recover tonight. We've got to look at the map because we heard from a couple that were actually had hiked from Orville to here, basically doing the opposite of what we're doing. And they said past Frosty Pass, that area towards the Pasayten River, that burn area is very slow going. They said it went 5 kilometers in 5 hours. So we may have to look to see how far we go tomorrow. We might stretch tomorrow to get more time to get through that area, set us up to stay on track.
We'll see.